Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today I am going to be talking about Ranked. Yeah, Ranked Season's back, and of course it's Tier 10 again. So as you can see, we're playing on the new map of Greece. We have a Conqueror, Des Moines, Henry, Double Hindenburg, Gearing, and Z52. Enemy team has a Montana, Salem, Double Hindenburg, Moskva, Gearing, and a Shimakaze. And with this season's a little bit different than the previous ones. First of all, they allowed CVs to participate in rank season, and it's obviously the new CV gameplay, so it's obviously not compared to what it used to be. And another aspect that's dramatically different is that they allow rental ships to participate in rank season. So even if you don't have a rank 10 ship, you can rent a ship and you can play in rank season. Yeah, not a big fan of this for a lot of reason. One, it allows players who have very little and minimal experience in rank season to actually participate. So kind of not a big fan there. Now I am taking out the Gearing Des Moines, and I like the Des Moines, especially with the fact that you do have CVs in battle. Now obviously the Des Moines, you have to choose between defensive AA or Hydro, and I really haven't changed that much as far as Hydro is concerned. Or better yet, as far as Clan Wars is concerned. So I haven't changed it over to having defensive AA. So yeah, you do see carriers, and it's so minimal that it's almost not really worth it. I'd rather have the Hydro than the defensive AA, even though the defensive AA is not particularly the most amazing thing in the world. Now we have lost one of our DDs. Yeah, this is random, so it's really shouldn't be that surprised that you'll have people dying very quickly in battle. That it can be actually quite aggravating. So right now, good position, able to use Hydro if needs be, but Z52 is right there. That's not really that worth it. Getting some good shots off. Popped our radar because the Gearing did disappear for a little while, but he so welcomingly decides to go back towards us that I can still get some pretty good hits on him. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get the kill. He is going to wisely decide to pull away. And at this time, it is very well aware that I probably need to pull away because that is a Montana, and Montana can overmatch my bow armor. So very wisely decide to pull away. Of course, have HE against that Moskva, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to get the kills there. But at this time, as you can see, C is currently being flipped, which is, well, obviously meaning that the Shimakaze that was over there is currently over at C. Now, I am the only radar on this team, so if I go down, that means the enemy team has much less vision than previously. Now, fortunately, we finally take out the Moskva, and let's actually talk about ships. Hindenburgs are a interesting choice. Hindenburg does have some very strong benefits. However, it's just not as good as it used to be. There's a lot of ships that's kind of overtaken it in its potential. So we'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Obviously, Shimakaze is over there, so we're going to try to counteract that and try to flip C, because our Conqueror is going to decide to kind of rush out there. Now, the meta for this game has been currently very much focused on battleships. Battleships generally are the most favorite, and then obviously destroyers. Now, as far as cruisers, definitely don't recommend taking out Moskva, especially if you see a Hakaym on the enemy team. The Hakaym can downright ruin the Moskva's day with its AP armor or bombs. So not that big a fan of Moskvas or even Stalingrads. Des Moines are pretty good. I've actually seen quite a bit of Minotaurs, which is very, very interesting. And of course, there's the Hindenburg. We are spotted by the Shimakaze, so I'm going to be angling away. And this is why Hindenburg is just not as good as it could be. It has very good armor-piercing shells. They hit like a truck. However, they don't have very good penetration, so as you saw there, I was able to angle away from that Hindenburg with very little issue. Do pop my radar because the Shimakaze was around. Shimakaze wisely got behind an island. Not really going to do a whole lot against him, but should be fine at least to capture C with a little issue. So as long as we kind of take our time, capture C, we should be fine. Now, obviously, this game, holding caps is very important, and that's a lot kind of the issue with some players. Some players just don't see that as a thing you really should be focusing on. Hindenburg, don't know why. Coming around a broadside to a Des Moines, not a good option. Granted, it does have turtleback armor, but even so, do get a citadel, and this Hindenburg is just melting away. 3 salvos. That Hindenburg is now dead. That is our first kill of the game. And now that we have C captured, no reason to really stick around. I have no way to radar that Shimakaze. Gonna have to rely on the Z-52 to take care of it. So that should be fine. And obviously Hindenburg probably dropped torpedoes because he was not firing. So we should be at least aware of that. And there's that Shimakaze. Don't know why that Shimakaze. He rushed in towards C. And yeah, don't really know why he thought that was a great idea. Probably because he realized the hydro or radar was down. So fortunately, we're gonna at least be able to focus down this Shimakaze with little issue. Hopefully. Yeah, even the Z-52's having quite a bit of fun against that Shimakaze. Now, as far as battleships, don't know why. Conqueror kind of has been kind of famous. Obviously, the Kremlin and the normal battleships, but this Conqueror, once again, it's not that great. Really isn't. And being aware of your surrounding is important because that can happen. Fortunately, not able to actually get hit all that hard against that Hindenburg. This is why I like Des Moines, is if it's played right, it's powerful. Like, it's absolutely strong. I really do like the Des Moines, and definitely am looking forward to getting the legendary module for the Des Moines. Look at that. Got a citadel, earned high caliber. And we're currently sitting at 11,000 points of damage. Enemy team is once again trying to cap out I don't know if they're gonna be able to get it. I think they will. Z-52 finally takes out the Shimakaze and wisely decides to push towards B, because that's what you really should be doing with the destroyer. And there we go. That's kill number 2 for us. That is 1 dead Hindenburg. Salem. Yeah, don't really know what the Salem's doing. Torpedoes, that is definitely gearing torpedoes. It's going to at least eat a torpedo, and for whatever reason, when I was working on rank this night, I kept eating a lot of torpedoes, very stupidly. Double sit right there against that Salem, earn Confederate. Fortunately, no more fires. Obviously, Gearing is still around. I do have my radar up. But he is obviously outside of the radar range, so we should be at least fine. Do pop my hydro just in case. Now, Salem does realize the B cap is currently being swapped over, so is obviously pushing towards the B cap. Now, this Montana is currently facing off against 2 Hindenburgs. And this is the kind of nice thing about the Hindenburgs, is that they are tanky. Close range, they don't eat citadels that easily, if at all, and they do have very powerful AP. They have good HC. They have fairly decent torpedoes. They have quite a few of them, and that's the benefit of the Hindenburg. So that's the strength of them. But compared to other cruisers, Their reload time's a little bit slow. It's not the worst compared to like the Henry or the Mosfa or the Zhao for that matter. But they don't have really good detection. They don't have that good penetration, which is kind of the issue for the Montana. Another set of torpedoes incoming from the enemy gearing. Fortunately, that is going to miss us with relative ease. So we should be fine at this time. Salem does make it into the B cap and is starting to flip it. Now, the issue with the Salem is the fact that it does have very short radar range. It does have a really good heal, but when dealing with destroyers, if the destroyer stays out of that 8.5 detect, it is going to be absolutely fine. Obviously, we are being detected by the Goering. Goering does slip behind an island, so we kind of know where he is. He's somewhere just north of us, just a little bit behind those triplet of islands. Salem, well, unfortunately for the Salem, is going to get focused down. Do switch over to AP, hoping to get that broadside, but the Salem, I think, is just going to be behind these islands. I'm not really going to be able to do much against him. So he's probably going to get focused down relatively quickly. Z-52 is even helping as well. So overall, this rank season, I really haven't put a lot of time in it. Truth be told, I just really haven't. Hasn't been that big concern for me. Salem does take out our Henry, but we do manage to get the kill on the Gearing, and all that's left is the Salem, and that is it. So not a bad battle in this rank season. There are a few things I have complaints about this season, so yeah. Anyway, this is going to be it for this video. I do want to apologize for not having videos up for the past couple days. I had some teeth issues. I had my last wisdom tooth pulled out. So I obviously had to get rid of that. So I'm currently on the mends, but my mouth feels better that I can actually speak. So anyway, if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zygen.